Islam can be disproven in 1 minute, and I'm going to use their own Quran to do it.
Guys, I myself haven't even seen this video yet, but I already know he's going to be using the quote-unquote Islamic dilemma, which was created in 2020 by David Wood, the same guy who had fun time with a 13 and 15-year-old.
The last two girls I had with before I went to jail. One... Dude. What? I don't care. One was 13 and one was 15. One was 13 and one was 15. She had big boobs and wide hips, but she was 13. I did not care.
I would be ashamed of myself if I'm copying off of arguments used by literal child grapers. That is disgusting, dude, and he's making fun of it, essentially.
With truth confirming what came before it. And he sat down the turret Torah.
What is the turret? You mean the Torah? You're too funny, man. I'm just gonna skip to when you actually make the argument, because we've heard this nonsense a million times.
So far, he's confirming the Gospels in the Torah. Keep that in mind.
Oh my gosh, non sequitur city. Do you hear yourself right now? You're just quoting a verse, and then without explaining, you just came to the conclusion that he's confirming your corrupted scriptures. Okay, man, read the verse. The gospel given to Jesus. Allah didn't give Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John each their own divinely inspired written gospel account. You're conflating the gospel of Jesus Christ with the four gospels of the Bible, something that Christian scholars of the Bible already know is a disingenuous reading. Your source, though, was Trust Me Bro, so since you couldn't give any examples or sources or explanations to why that is, these two Christian scholars refute you.
People of the book, you have nothing to stand on unless you observe the Torah, the gospel, and what has been revealed to you from your Lord.
Yeah, this is making a reference to 7:157 that it's been referenced that the Prophet Muhammad, on whom be peace, is found within the previous scripture. To observe the Torah and Injil, according to our earliest exegetors, does yes include abstaining from the bad it forbids and enjoying the good it provides. However, the ultimate meaning that this means to accept that the Prophet Muhammad, on whom be peace, is found within the Torah and Injil. And so if you're a people of that scripture, it's calling you to observe said scripture and to revert to Islam like the Torah and Injil tell you to. Nice try though.
This one's insane. If you...
Oh my gosh, context just does not matter for you people. This entire chapter is giving verses of prophetic stories in our earliest exegetes prior to having a Bible that they would have known it's actually textually corrupted. They already know that this is a general confirmation on just the affirmation of the prophets existing and a general confirmation of the events that took place. Just like how scholars have now proposed David and Solomon are real figures from the 10 Dan Stilly, while still thinking the stories of David and Solomon in the Bible are ahistorical to a degree. So just like an elaborate scholar doesn't dumb down their logic just to agree with whatever is written like a sheep, they have methodologies to determine what is inside of a text is authentic and what is not. And our earliest exegetes makes it clear that on top of that, they also explain that this means that the Prophet Muhammad is also found within the previous scriptures.
Muhammad confirms the Torah and the gospel, but...
So as me and your Christian daddies have shown you, no, you're making things up. Instead of copying arguments from child grapers, maybe you should focus on actually studying the text for yourself. The Quran throughout its text repeatedly and repeatedly over and over says that the Bible is corrupted, and the companions without having a Bible already taught that the Quran teaches us that the Bible is corrupted.